to my channel, welcome. I'm Nubian, and for those of you who are returning, what's up, y'all? Welcome to another beautiful ass, magical ass moment in time, y'all. Y'all, first and foremost, to all y'alls out there who have been supporting our latest releases, and for those of you who have donated to the cause, thank you so much. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for shifting with me, all y'all who are rolling with me in my getaway car from the Tarot community all the way to the kingdom of heaven. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I feel that we are in marvelous times, y'all, because if you've been doing the work, you ready for this. You are truly ready for this. And this is not something that you can just be handed. It be tripping me out when I be hearing people like say they filed paperwork to be a part of this birthright. No, this is a spiritual birthright. You can't file. I don't know what type of paperwork that you can possibly file towards a spiritual paperwork towards the kingdom of heaven. Like, you can search this whole world, all these realms, but if you don't have a contract with God, everything else is futile. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, hey, don't get mad at the messenger. It makes sense to me. And everything is contract and agreement. Everything is trust and what else? Estates. Exactly. And you're the what? Walking estate. So, it's deep because we have truly stepped into a time right now. First of all, let me call in the guards, because I was about to go in right there. So today's message is pretty hot, y'all. Don't forget, on April the 11th, we're going to have code 8 for those of you who want to sign up. You still have time to sign up for that class. Others of you who just want to know about Passover, hopefully you've been doing your own research, because that's coming up. We're stepping into some very interesting times, and trust me when I say you want to have your own relationship with God. Period, point blank, and in that order. I got a message. Yeah, I can't wait till the song comes out. Make sure that y'all watch out for the premiere. That's going to be on the 22nd of this month. Coming out very soon, and I had so much fun. Jordan had so much fun. She's the one that puts it all together, so all the video, audio stuff you see, it's just a mommy-daughter team. But at the same time, we give all the credit and all the praise and all the glory to God, because it's just like that. Period. Alright, let's call in help, so we can get y'all a message out to y'all. Hello, ancestors. Hello, way showers. Hello, guides. I love you, Spirit. Thank you so much for joining me, each and every one of my angels. I really appreciate just your presence and just how y'all is just some cool mama jammas. And I am so honored to literally have y'all as my angels. Like, I have the coolest team of friends that anyone could ever ask for. And for that, I am oh so grateful. And refreshed. Powerful, eh? Deep. Well, that's just the world we're living in. And hopefully you have a relationship with your angels, because it's magical. I call on earth, fire, air, water, spirit, and ether, our ancestors, way showers, and guides to help me give you the best energetic insight regarding what it is you need to know right now to help y'all glide your stride. And so it is, and so it is, and so on earth it is. All right, y'all. Yay. All right, that's my cut. All right. So look, this is going to be very deep, what we're going into. Pay attention to everything. Literally everything, y'all. Because you don't want to be deceived in any ways. Always fact check everyone's information. shoot, including mine. Fact check everything. Research everything. Don't wait for someone else to look or do the research for you. Okay? So, I was being shown a vision, right? And I was curious because I was like I said, if something don't happen on Passover, then that's great. But if it does, at least I want to warn y'all, like, at least, like, hey, keep a lookout for this, right? So I saw this vision of all of these people walking up this hill headed to a church. And I was like, wait, isn't it like, it was supposed to be like Easter or something like that, that everyone was heading up to this church to go inside of the church. But I was curious because I was like, wait, if it's Passover and you're supposed to stay inside of your house, you know, at sundown, then how is these pastors having church the next day? And then I can hear the Spirit of God say exactly, they're more worried about their money and the people are following them astray. It's like the people were just willing to listen to the pastor because people were trusting just what the pastor said. If the pastor told the people to stay inside, you know, to follow the rules, to listen to Passover, you know, like there was some type of danger or something that was incoming, the people would have listened. But see, the Spirit of God has been taken out of the church. It's been taken, and we know we're the church, we know we're the body, but so much to where the prophets, the people who God has given the messages to go and give the warnings, they've been silenced, they've been hushed, they've been the ones that have been pushed to the side, the disinvited ones to the meetings, to the parties, all because people don't like their deliverance. They don't like, because they bring the realness and they expose things, and it causes those who are higher up, that are the higher bullies, like I always tell y'all, to start getting uncomfortable, and they immediately have to get rid of the true messengers. And no longer is God going to allow that at all. In this hour, so many of y'all are going to see so many of the remnant just pop up all over the place. And these are the ones that were the most talked about, the most hated, the most persecuted by their friends, their family, their loved ones. They were cheated out of jobs. People would make up stuff and lie on them to just put them under a bunch of pressure. Like they would be accused of things that they didn't do, just all type of, just think it's just the worst pressure. But God has seen their pressure and allowed the pressure to mold them. But in this hour, this is the hour where you're going to see a specific people, a royal bloodline. They're going to step into just all of a sudden abundance, royalty, different things that God has promised them, different things that either they asked God for or God told them, or things that belong to their family bloodline that they that their ancestors were promised that, you know, would be passed down to them. So they're in the energy right now of even receiving this right now as we speak. So the energy literally is here right now. But it's interesting because God allowed, like, the different prophets and soothsayers and card readers, stuff like that, he allowed them a chance. He kept saying, seek me now while I may be found. So he allowed them a chance to still get the seal. And even though they heard the call, because he made sure that all of them heard the call, even though they heard the call, they still ignored him. So because they ignored God, this is the hour where you're going to see these remnant all over the place just literally be exalted overnight. Like you're going to start seeing all these star seeds just go to immediate fame. And it's going to be very deep because these are going to be God's elect. These are going to be the ones who actually have a relationship with Jesus, have a relationship with Yeshua, have a relationship with God, and don't just claim they have God or they're a sense of entitlement. They are true, pure-hearted, like loving people who have been tested, y'all. They've been tested. They've been tested. So in this hour, y'all are about to see a whole new celebrity pool just pop up out of nowhere. Like before, like people would sell their souls, right, to get some type of fame. Where there's these people that's gonna pop up all over the land that are strongly just for the kingdom. They're strongly just for, like, you know, you can't bash them, you can't threaten them, you can't try to bribe them. They're just soldiers for the kingdom. They're God's elect. So because of this, God has put his anointing, he's given them back their birthright. So they have true superpowers. They can operate in all of their powers. And they're literally surrounded by these warring angels. Remember I told y'all, these angels are huge, y'all. Huge. And these angels, they do not play at all when it comes to these specific remnants, right? So here it is. The remnant have been sealed. They're also being placed in places where they were denied before. So now they're finding favor, not just before kings, but favor before kingdoms. So it's interesting because these are the ones that they were talking about, even in the Bible, where it was like, these are the Josephs of their family. So even many of you out there, you're Josephs of your family. Like you're the one who is going to show God's glory, like what he did in your life. And you're the pleader for your whole family. Like there's cousins I don't even know, family members I never even met. But at the same time, I don't wish hell, fire, brimstone on nobody. So even if I don't know my cousin, it don't matter. I'm still like pleading like, God, like please take my family to heaven, because this ain't no joke. This ain't like, I don't even see how you can literally just ignore this. And what I was also shown is that for those who heard the call, those who heard God say, come out of her, stop doing that, but they still kept doing it, and they still decided that they weren't going to come in God's timing. They were going to ignore the shofar. They were going to ignore the message. God, first of all, God is going to cause these people specifically to be exalted. Literally exalted, because God's going to exalt them. But then at the same time, as he exalts them, he's also going to expose their enemies. Like true, like people that are right up under them and around them. But a lot of people laid traps for these remnant. And God saw the traps, and the traps that were laid for the remnants, the ones that came after them, they were throwing all kind of stuff, doing dirt, just hating them for no reason. You name it, the remnant have gone through it. So God is exposing things in this hour. So the traps that they laid up for the remnant, they're falling into these traps themselves. So God is preparing a table. There's all these people, y'all. There's a lot of people out there who've been hurt, but they're in love with God. Like people, there are true, authentic people on this planet who really do have a good heart still. In spite of whatever pain you've seen or heard or been through, like people truly do operate in honor with a pure heart. They don't kill, they don't steal, they don't rob, they love everybody. Just the whole, you name it. It's like a check off of the list. There are truly people in the world like that. However, because these people's heart are so pure and so loving, they always run into someone who is going to hurt them or break their heart or taint them or take advantage of their heart. So what God was showing me is that the people who have been doing this, they're holding grudges, and they're not allowing themselves to evolve because they're still angry at what it is that somebody else did to them. So it don't matter who comes at this point, they're going to always be suspicious of everyone, and then treat everyone or try to get someone before they get them, because they were so hurt before. It caused them to be stuck like in this hardness, this capsule, and it does not allow them to come away from that shell. So everybody's suspect to them. So they're usually stuck in this loop of trying to hurt someone before someone hurts them. And then it becomes consuming, because after a while it becomes power. And then they become absorbed in wanting that power so much. And then a lot of people just become dark with it and just begin seeking the darker forces of magic, because the darker they get in magic, the more power that they can, operate with. So, God is going to promote his remnant in this hour. So if you and then you already know who you are out there, you already know the things that God has promised you. And God said that the last will be first. And because he said the last will be first, don't listen to what anyone says. You don't even have to prove nothing to anyone. There is no need. There is going to be no need to. Now, what's deep about everything is people are not going to know how to accept your delivery, because they're going to see that it's you, and they're going to be very jealous of you. So yes, you're going to be exalted because God's going to exalt you in this hour. But at the same time too, you're being exalted because there's great destruction coming up on the land. So it's more like a seal that's on you. And this seal that's on you, all the darkness cannot touch you. Like, you are literally cloaked by warring angels. But then you are going into a time of great persecution as well. So at the same time, you're also being tested to choose a side. And a lot of people who aren't coming forward, they've already chosen a side. This is why you cannot speak to your family members or your friends, or when you try to tell them about the love of God or the love of Christ. A lot of people are stuck in religion so much to where they're stuck behind the names, and they're more worried about someone else's connection and relationship with God than their own. They're more worried about someone else's relationship with God because they don't have a relationship with God. So they compare themselves with others who they perceive to have a relationship with God, and they look at the other person and they say, well, if you ain't doing this, then I ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. So they just challenge you, but they will never face God with that same challenge. Only a fool will say in his heart that there is no God. Only a fool. Only fools follow gold. Only wise men know. I'm no fool. You changed my point of view. Remember that, y'all? I no longer see things controlling me. No, you have spoken, I have listened. Only fools believe in only what they see. The wise are rich in thee. Bong, 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 bong. That's Crystal Lewis, y'all. If y'all don't know nothing about Crystal Lewis, OMG. Crystal Lewis, I'm going to tell you my story behind her music. Her music is very anointed, very much alive. And if you just need comfort, I highly recommend you look up Crystal Lewis's music, because a lot of my motivation came from Crystal Lewis's songs, and her relationship with God is very powerful. A lot of her stuff is still the older music. Her first albums, you guys would love that. No, I'm not getting paid for this promotion, but at the same time, if it's something that's very anointed, I am going to point that out, especially when it's something that has helped me along my journey. And I feel that a lot of you are in this energy right here. What I'm being shown is that a lot of you are forfeiting your positions. You're forfeiting your positions. Like, for example, I was shown this dream where a lot of y'all are forfeiting your positions because you're choosing a side. I was shown this dream of a girl, and there was two other girls that were jumping around her. It's like the girl was talking to me, and I was promoting her. I was giving her like some type of position. But when I was talking to her, like, her two friends were standing there, and they were jumping up and down, and they were like super excited because they knew that about my anointing or something like that. And it's like, whatever I was telling their friend, these two were jumping up and down but it's like they were more of a distraction. And then the girl, she looked like, you know, just somebody, let's just say that you got out the hood. She was not like somebody who, you know, who wore the business suit and went to college. You know, she was just somebody really shy, just a nobody. And in the dream, God was telling me to tell her that he was going to make her president. So I was trying to see if he was talking about like Camilla, because I know there's supposed to be another woman president. So I don't know if something's going to happen to Biden, but it's a trip because I told y'all before that I saw a female president, but I also saw Trump as president. So we could very much have a dual presidency, but this is deep because this goes into a lot of things that are being put in order that Trump is doing even for the children of Israel because he's under certain orders of God. I'll get into that in a whole nother video. But what I want to tell y'all is that we're in an energy right now where if you're paying very close attention, you can get your instructions or your next move as to what it is that that God wants you to do for you and your family. You can't look at what someone in another state is doing or try to move with another friend, or you know what I mean? Like try to see what they're doing. In other words, like where they gonna move or what side of the world they gonna move to or which side is safer. There's no side that's safe at all. I saw these remnants specifically being sealed because everybody else had been given a chance to repent. And because they wouldn't, what I was seeing is now as God, the reason, like he's blessing his remnant, right? Because he's going to be positioning them. He's going to be positioning them as utter damnation and chaos break out all over the planet. It's going to be literal hell on earth. Literally. Literally. And I don't even know how y'all missing it. I don't know where y'all, whose teaching have y'all been under. I'm not saying this to scare anybody, but at the same time, you should be if you don't have a relationship with God, if you don't have a relationship with Jesus, Yeshua, if you don't have those relationships and you're listening to other people tell you who you should have a relationship with versus trying it for yourself and thinking for yourself, you're going to be very deceived. You're being very deceived. And it's going to be hell on earth. There's no need at all for me to water down my talent to make someone else feel comfortable because you're uncomfortable with what it is that I'm saying. Okay, there's other channels that you can go to, but I am to sound the alarm and let y'all know. And we not even in them times no more where anybody can call me crazy because everybody wants to know what's going on. And it's deep. I told y'all the scientists, they listen to me. The psychologists, they listen to me. The doctors, they listen to me. Those are my patients, my clients. Why? Because they want to see, you know, they're the ones helping y'all, but they still want to see what's going on. What is God saying? What can I do to like change this? I'm seeing so much death. I'm seeing so many people go crazy. I know what I've been a part of. What can I do? It's deep because when you have an anointing on your life, you don't care what other people say. And that's what's going to be deep because for a lot of the remnant, there are a lot of people around you who have been given a chance to just do right by you. Now, what I was seeing for this, you know, this average girl from this dream that was just, you know, just a random girl for the hood. I was seeing myself tell her in the dream that not just is she going to be president or something real huge and big. And I was like, I was afraid to tell her because I was like, well, what if it doesn't happen? And I kept feeling the pressure of God, like, you need to tell her what I said. And what God was telling me to tell her is, I don't care. And I feel like I'm talking to somebody out there. I feel like I'm talking to a few of y'all out there, as a matter of fact. God was telling me to tell you specifically, I don't care who you are or who you think that you are not, but when God blesses you, when he puts you in this position, you're going to know that only God could have put you there. Because it's like the seat, the position he finna put you in, it's so huge. It's like mind blowing. But there's something within you and within all of us where we just like, we don't feel like we're worthy of it. But it's huge. It's big. And God wants you to know that when he placed you there, ain't nobody else going to be able to take his credit. Ain't nobody else going to be able to say, because of me, you there. Because ain't nobody's name is on it. It wasn't, there was no one even qualified to give you what it is God's about to hand you. There's no one that's even going to be able to put their mouths on saying that they had something to do with it at all. This is exactly why God had specific people exposed before he blessed you. This is exactly why God cut off specific so-called friends within your life. This is exactly why God had you cut off specific family members in your life who were jealous of you as well. But even though them family members were jealous of you, it's like funny how you have certain friends, right? And them friends is still friends with your enemies. It's deep because God says, I'll be a friend to your friend and I'll be an enemy to your enemy. So I can't see myself being friends with somebody who just does not love God. Like, it don't make sense to me. If you don't love God, then you don't love me. If you're an enemy to God, then you're an enemy to me. So I don't know how to be your friend. That's why when y'all were asking me, I was like, people were talking smack about me out there on social media platforms. And some of y'all were like jumping from that channel to jump to my channel. And if I found out that you were doing it, I was just blocking you. Because I was just like, don't be friends with my enemies and come over here then you mad at me because something that you heard them say about me. Now you pushing dislike on my form and writing all type of negativity. I don't even get involved in that. I just block it. You just get blocked and officially banned forever, because I never go back and unban anyone at all. I'm too busy ascending to higher heights. We are helping people. There are actually real people in the world with real problems that really do need help. Like, the world is really in trouble right now. And whatever that is, that you're low vibrational trying to attach yourself to, I don't be a part of that. Because I know who I am in God. And God told me that he will make my enemies my footstool. So I already know that you're my footstool, so there's no point for me to even sit there to try to question or entertain any of the foolishness. In the meantime, there are so many of us who are ascending to higher places because you're the ones who would get bullied. Because people, it's deep too, because people see other people doing wrong and they will join the people that's doing wrong and turn on you and join the other people so much, knowing that they doing wrong. Knowing they talking about you, they disrespecting you, they throwing you under the bus, but they will join them. Like, it's like it's a disgusting clique. I don't know what that is. But this is not only an hour of exposure, but this is an hour of exaltation where God's going to exalt the ones who were purposely mistreated, purposely blocked from jobs, purposely blocked from opportunities, purposely slandered, dragged, mistreated, lied on, messed up people messed up their reputations, all kind of stuff. Now God's involved. I just said that the other day. God said now he's involved. So we finna see some shifting, honey. And I'm glad I'm on the right side. I know that for sure. But what's deep is the energy that we're stepping into right now. I was also showing how a lot of y'all are not letting go of people. It's like y'all just, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I was calling it a soul bag. Like everybody trying to get their bag, right? But are you worried about the type of, they put your body in a body bag when you die, but what about your soul bag? What you selling your soul for right now? Because you're going to have to spend like eternity in hell for it. What is it? What is it? Is it worth it? That's my question. And to me, ain't nothing worth my soul. I ain't going to hell for none of these fools at all. At all. I'm trying to get in the gates myself. That's all I want to do is get to the pearly gates, okay? And I'm let in, not good and faithful service. Oh my God, that would be so devastating. So devastating. Oh my God, that crushes my heart. I can't even think about it. To get to the gates and then be told, get away from me. Part from me. I never knew you. Oh my gosh. Then it's like ain't nowhere else to go. Like you have to go to hell. Like you just stuck. Oh my God. Now is the time, y'all. I'm telling you. God is like, now is the time. you got to stay focused and channel in on just God. Like, forget everything else. Straight up. I don't care about all that extra hanging out, all that. No, the angel of death is upon the land. And what's so deep about it is we have truly stepped into the times of the Battle of Armageddon, that even me talking like this is not even strange anymore. It's like people can talk about zombies and everything, but at the same time, we're stepping into a zombie apocalypse. So can I help y'all prepare? I mean, have y'all not already witnessed that people's mindsets has already stepped into a zombie apocalypse? Am I the only one that's seeing this? It's like I feel like I'm Trinity up in the Matrix, or Neo and the Oracle all in one. We are about to see one of the most deepest reality movies come alive before our very eyes. I was trying to check the energies to see, how I can help y'all the best through this. So let me see. When it comes to the feminine energy, your thing is to forgive. Forgive. There's a lot of things that you are keeping yourself occupied with because you don't want to face that pain. So you've been cloaking it, whether cloaking it with, sex, or, men, or people, or shopping, or drugs, or alcohol. You've been cloaking a lot of pain. But now you hit the rock bottom of cloaking that pain. And I feel like many of you are at a place where it's like you don't know what else to do now. You have no clue what, you feel like you're alone, but you're not alone. You're surrounded by so many angels and ancestors, and you have to know that there is nothing that you've done so wrong that you're not going to be forgiven for. I feel like whatever it is that has hurt you, let it go. Forgive it. I've always found that to be the easiest with me. I've never been the one to chase a man. Like, I've always known, like, if that man if he left, he already was leaving for another woman. So I was never in competition with another woman, because I was like, if he want her, I'm not finna sit here and be trying to prove to him that I'm better. If he don't know himself, then what I gotta go chase him for? And then if I go chase him, I'm gonna have to be dealing with him going back and forth between me and her. So I would never do that. Like, if I knew a man wanted to leave, I just let him go. I would never chase him, because I always knew that the one that is for me, you ain't gonna have to chase him, honey. You are not gonna have to chase him. He gonna be chasing you. When a man loves you, he chase you. He get on your nerves. You are literally treated like royalty, to the point to where he will cater. He will make your dinner. He will make your breakfast. He will make sure that if you need something from the store, he'll make sure that, if you're in a room full of men and everybody talking, he'll make all the men in the room shut up if you talking, and he'll make them all listen to you. He will make people respect you. He will respect you. He will love you to his very last breath and more. But I feel like a lot of us have missed out on that relationship with our Father. So we look for that in a man, just hoping, even hoping for many that took the twin flame path, that we would find that, like we can find someone to love us, but they would choose the other girl. And a lot of y'all chased them and found yourself in a love triangle. And a lot of y'all just let them go, or a lot of y'all let them come back and forth. And the only reason they were coming back and forth is because, they were getting in trouble with the other girl too. And they needed a place to sit it out for a minute. And you're right there to open the door again, to keep opening up that wound like salt and just pouring it right on the wound again. Then they be going and doing the same thing over and over again. Because they were not only doing it to you, but they were doing it to at least 3 and 4 other girls at the same time. So when are you going to stop letting them hurt you like that, is my question to you. I don't care if it's a man. I don't care even if it's your family. I don't care if it's your mama. I don't care if it's your daddy, it's your sister. I don't care who it is. True love from a man, from a woman, they would never hurt you. Never. And it is written that, yeah, I may have been born into this blood, but my true family is my spiritual family. It's the people who are about my Father's business. Those that are doing works for the kingdom of heaven. So there is nobody on this planet that is worth me selling my soul or staying here for when people have already shown me their true colors. There's no reason for me to stick around for more. I'm truly heaven bound. And what I will say to y'all who are chasing after love or hoping that your family's going to change or hoping that things are going to be different, it's a maze. You're going to find yourself in a circle. They're not going to awaken the way that you are. You're the one that's supposed to awaken. Like I always tell everyone, if you got to get to safety, you get to the island first. You can always send for help, but if both of y'all there drowning and in trouble, then ain't nobody to send for help. You become stronger first, and then you can send for help or a prayer or something, but you can't stay there with them to drown as well. Or are you willing to give your life for whatever it is that they're a part of? When we were told to detach ourselves from this world, and that's your greatest test, because your greatest test has been in letting go. Letting go even in holding on to pain of what it is that others have done to you versus forgive yourself. Because how many more people are you going to keep blaming? How many lifetimes are you going to keep going through this? When are you going to face yourself and take responsibility for the positions that you keep putting yourself in? When you already knew your instincts from the gate told you like, nah, something wasn't right. And even though that person hurt you the first time, after they hit you the first time, after they raped you the first time, and just because they were your husband or because they were your wife, they told you, nobody can rape you because, husband and wife, a husband can, that's his wife, he can't deny her sex. That's not true. A forced sexual relationship is a forced, that's called rape, period. And then a lot of y'all are in these positions where it's like you can't even tell your family, because if you tell your family, they make a mockery out of you and they laugh at you. So you don't have anyone to tell, but you keep it to yourself. So then you try to go to a psychologist, and then the psychologist writes you up prescription pills, and you just bury the pain even more because you get addicted to these opiums and these pills and stuff, and then you get addicted to more traumas, and then you're walking around like a zombie, and you're in 3 mindsets, and they told you that you have some type of bipolar issue or something, and you believe them. They tell you that you got ADHD and you believe them. That's all higher mindset. That's all superpower. When are you going to know thyself? When are you going to study thyself? And when it comes to y'all masculines out there, I feel like y'all just being tempted with sexual perversions. Anything that can make sure that y'all be in this position of Samson, like Samson and Delilah. Anything that can capture your eye or your spirit or your time or your energy, because it don't have to be a woman. It could be a job. It could be a business. Anything, whatever captures your eye that you are so obsessed with it that you cannot live without it. You can't let it go. That's the one thing that you're being tested with. That's the one that you're being tested with, because that has come between your relationship between you and your covenant with God. You can't even make a covenant with God. But that's why, and you're wondering why things are failing in your life. You're wondering why things aren't working out. You're wondering why there's all this drama and all this mess around you. And this is the hour of revealing. So all kind of stuff gonna come up right now. All them different babies you had with all them different baby mamas, all them little side chicks and stuff. And it's not just you. Look, my mama's generation, our parents' generation, a lot of them had secrets, a lot of secrets. And a lot of y'all have sisters and brothers and cousins and aunties and all that. And y'all, y'all uncle was y'all daddy. And y'all like, y'all sister is like y'all mother, stuff like that, It's the hour of revealing. Everything's coming out. Who you thought was your sister, you're going to find out that's actually your cousin. A lot of y'all going to find out that y'all were adopted. Y'all going to find out just how broken the family contract has been for a while, y'all. There's a lot. Remember, there was a lot of slavery and a lot of slave trade going on. There was a lot of trading of the birthright that was going on. So now this is the time of all that stuff is going to surface because of the shift and because God is giving his remnant their birthright. So all this stuff is coming up because y'all gonna see why you missed it, why you either missed it or why you actually are receiving what you're receiving for the birthright. And if you didn't earn it and you didn't work for nothing, you're not just gonna be able to walk into a kingdom and claim that, you know, hey, I'm just part of this birthright. You're gonna have to prove it. You got to put your money where your mouth is at. So there are those of you who are out there who are really struggling with just this moment in life. You have no clue what you're gonna do at this point. If y'all want, let's go into an extended version, and I'll have a specific class for y'all that will give y'all some real-time tools that will help you slide through these moments right now. And I stand on my gift, and let me impart that deep within your vibratory field, and you're gonna be good. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna chime off now, and I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me. And in the meantime, in between time, have a beautiful ass, magical ass moment in time, everyone. May the force be with each and every one of you. Nubian Divine.
Spirit. You know, Acts 2:17 says, "In the last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and your daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions. Your old men will dream dreams." Isaiah 65:9 says, "And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob, and out of Judah an inheritor of my mountains, and mine elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there."
I think this makes another day Monday. One day just past Sunday. I'm highly mystified, yet I'm honored to be here. And in these hours, revelation broke on seals. Now behold, reveal. The stage is set, is here. As a remnant, my God, your got twisted. Zion, now behold, there's a shifting of the shields, and in these hours, revelation broke on seals. Now behold, reveal. The stage is set, it's here. A remnant, my God, your got twisted. Zion, now behold, there's a shifting of the shields, and in these hours, revelation